So, but then if we have said so, we need to fulfill that promise in terms of reliability, even in terms of speed. Now we see everything is now configurable, everything is now something which can be automated. So this brings this thing that we now need to increase the speed of those operations, and that to the extent of 80% more than what it is now. This is what those analysts are projecting it to be. And then the next thing is what benefit it will bring to customers if we do everything quicker, everything better. But if he doesn't feel that it has any way help improve the quality of experience, it won't yield anything to business. It will be only good if customers so feels that we have done something better. Until that happens, it won't be of any use. So there lies another challenge that we have to come up with a way that we like give 4x more quality of experience than what we are able to do now, because now we are not competing with those telcos who were our traditional competition as a CSP. Because if you talk to AT&T CTO today and if you see his video, he says that today my challenge and my competition is not Verizon, my competition is Google, my competition is Facebook, and my competition is Amazon. So if we are talking about such experiences with these guys like Amazon and Facebook and Google are bringing to their customer, for telco it becomes even more difficult. And then coming back to the key thing, which is something where an OPCO and an investor of an OPCO is looking for what my pocket is looking like after doing every such thing. So people are promising that you'll be getting heftier ROIs, but would that be realized? And who would let that happen? So all these factors, whatever challenges are listed out, so when we were thinking about that 3 years ago, when these things were just in infancy, those virtualization energy networks, it seems quite impossible. But then we thought, how would we do it? So there comes this idea that we need to make the network have its brain in itself, because humans can't do it anymore. But I'm talking about 4x more QE, which is humanly impossible to get it there. Better turnaround for failures and disruptions in the network. So those things then led to this need to make this happen. So we thought, how would it happen? Would it happen by adding extra human force? Actually not, because in these equipments and these newer paradigms, humans hardly have any influence when they are running. Because in these orchestrators and VNF managers and those agent controllers, they themselves have certain things which they help them take decisions on the fly. So those things when happening, and humans won't even know what is the current state of the network. And when those anomalies already occurred, they won't know what was the state when it happened. So we need to have the network intelligent in itself to tell and identify what is happening where, and get to the root cause of the problem, get to the solution of the problem, and tell us what needs to be done and where and when. And then would we think that traditional tools as they are today would help us do it? And the answer again is no. But now everybody would be furious, like human force won't do anything, traditional tools won't do. And the next thing what I say is current solutions, those NMSS, OSS and others, would they even help anymore? Because they till now what they were doing is they were assisting humans. They were giving them all information required to take action. But since now we need to be quicker, we need to be with the pace of those changes in the network itself, what is happening. So these won't help anymore. So what would now help? And then how would we be able to come to those expectations and bridge those challenges? So here, this slide seems quite funny though. And everybody here is coming after the lunch. I'm not offering any sauce, any ketchup. But what I'm trying to showcase here is how the change in the design ideology would help us in getting what we need. So what we need to now design is not the product which will help us anyway, because we have done enough design for products, but we have to now think about experience. So what actually we want to experience in terms of those network operations, in terms of user quality of experience, in terms of how we have to get to those ROI numbers. So this is what we need to keep in mind while we are designing, and not only those 3GPP specifications which are saying okay, you send this message and you will get this response, and you measure this KPI with this key encounter, because those won't help anymore. So this is the era where we have to change our thinking. We have to change the way networks will operate, and we even have to change how we have to operationalize all those factors which will make those things work. So this tells how we would have be going to the path of these changes. So currently what we see is more human-driven like analytics or human-driven action and automation, where everything is there in human brain. He knows which equipment is where. If fault comes, where I need to go, what tool I need to use, what I need to figure out, what probe I need to apply there. And then like he will keep on measuring certain KPIs and keep on looking on the reports and alarms and those kind of things to figure out what is happening in the network. So that is more reactive automation, wherein I have seen what is happening, I have been able to find out from my network what already has happened, and then I try to figure out what I need to do. And then came the next phase where I was bit proactive through some kind of automation, wherein I was like adding some KPIs and rules to the system, wherein I say that okay, if this KPI, this PM counter, adding the other PM counter, it goes beyond this percentage, so I meet this KPI, and if not, I fail to meet it. And there I even create some rules. Okay, if this KPI and this KPI together fails, then I raise an alarm. So those kind of things were there yet, but those are not sufficient. So what we need to do is now, rather than like creating reports out of whatever has yet happened, we have to predict what can and forecast what can happen in future. So there comes the role of these brains in the network, which we try to instill into the network, getting data from the network and try to forecast and do some time series prediction and using that data and see what could happen in future. So there comes the next phase where we do predictive analytics, and what help it will give me as an operator if we even have predicted anything, if we can't do any action on that, and we don't even know what could be a good action which can help avoid that particular situation to happen. So there we started thinking of, okay, is it possible that we even like become a doctor of a network and book some prescriptions to that network well ahead in time? Say that, okay, I see there is some congestion building up in this network coming one day, and maybe network will fail in 1 week. So how will it help an operator if he doesn't know what I need to do if such situation actually happens? Or is there any way I can prepare myself and my network well ahead in time so that it doesn't actually happen? So that will be the thing which anybody would love it to implement in any network, and that will help uncover those challenges that I have listed earlier. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, then these predictions will end up nowhere and only in chaos and curiosity that, oh, I predicted something, would that be happening, what I will be doing. But there, now with this prescriptive analytics, what I am doing is, with the past historical data of similar faults, what I do is I try to scrap out some prescriptive actions that, okay, some condition happened in this part of the network that time in the year, and this is what was the action taken by the operator, and this was the outcome. So it helped improving that situation. So I prescribe few list of such actions in some order of priority, so that the operator knows what can help avoid that thing to happen before even it has happened. And then when we have prescribed, if we see how it is helping the network and whether it has helped or not, we'll actually try and close this loop and go to this era which is all self-driven and autonomous network. But before we go into that, operators today are quite skeptical. They say that, oh, I can't let artificial intelligence lead my network to go anywhere. How can I believe that that can work? So there we have formed into two different parts. If you see here, this one part where we see there is a human in the loop. So what happens here is, while I have said that we have prescribed certain actions and we have listed that in order of priority, this human in the loop will validate what is the action which will actually help in that predicted issue to happen in the network. And he will then let that run in that network. That particular prescription will apply to the network and see how it is performing. And then he will keep on rating those prescriptions, applying it, and then come few weeks, months or a year, he would have enough confidence that, okay, I have made the system learn what I know, and I think now it is performing better in terms of prescription, let it run by itself. And then comes this next part where everything is closed loop and a network becomes autonomous. There what will happen then is, then this prescriptive analytics will prescribe certain actions, and those actions will then be automatically applied to the network, and network will take care of itself with this brain and action, and then those anomalies will be avoided before it actually happens. So this is where these things will head us to. We will be heading towards an autonomous network. What it would mean is those networks will be able to do self-optimization. We have seen such concept already today in wireless. We call it SON. But this is ahead of that, because in SON, most of it is rule-based. We have already done configuration in SON, and those configuration defines how it has to happen. But with this artificial intelligence in place, we would be learning on the course of these actions and these calls coming into that network, and then applying those corrective actions in the course of time, and then learning and relearning as they go. And then the next part will be like the network should be capable of protecting itself also from those security attacks. So it's not only about like predicting the fault, but also about detecting and protecting against those security breaches and those DDoS attacks and all other security issues. And then once we have all these ingredients there in the network, with these artificial intelligence and machine learning brain, and using concepts called reinforcement learning and others, we would be making this brain keep learning from its mistakes, whatever it would have done in the course of time, and improving its actions and its prediction over the period of time by the process of self-learning. So this will close the whole loop of this autonomous network and make it more self-learning, self-optimizing and self-protecting network. So what are the key pillars here? So I have given what we need to do, but how would it be possible? So what is something which is actually required for it to happen? The first and the foremost thing here is the network should be programmable, because until unless network is programmable, we can't take any action at all. So this is something which anyways is coming in this era of software-defined and virtual network functions, and even with those erstwhile PNFs, HC and others are defining ways to even automate them. So things should be programmable, then only we can make it self-learning, self-optimizing and self-protecting itself. And the other foremost key thing is we should have some way of semantic telemetry. And we were hearing from many panelists that we are having lots and lots of data. But what data would really make sense on making networks more autonomous is lying around this concept of semantic telemetry, wherein I would have data coming from various sources, and while that data is coming, I have made it in a way that it even can correlate itself. So there will be hierarchical telemetry sources, there will be correlated when they come, and since that is happening, we will be able to get more sense of the data as it is coming otherwise from other data sources. So we would have some kind of intelligent way of capturing data via the semantic telemetry data collectors, and then once we have this data there, then we will apply those machine learning algorithms, which will be those conventional supervised learning, unsupervised learning, depending on the use case, and even reinforcement learning, to bring those things into play and make the network brain come into action. And once this brain is into action, it is taking all those analytics and machine learning techniques into play, then the next foremost thing comes is when I have predicted, I have prescribed, I actually have to take that action. And there is where we are now taking an approach which is more intent-based networking approach, not how we have to do anything when we have to do any change. Whether, like if I say there is a congestion, I want to change or add a new route, rather than specifying, okay, you do route minus A and blah 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 gateway and IP and so on and so forth. I would rather say a plain English like text mentioning what I need to do. I would say, okay, add a new route between these two enterprise locations. So then this intent federation engine would itself make sense out of that intent, that what it needs to do in different pieces of the network. If it has to add a route in a router, or it has to do something adding on a new VLAN configuration, or so on and so forth. So that way what will happen is that the whole network gears will have that action orchestrated across the whole network via this intent-based networking and the easy to understand intent rather than those cryptic commands with only that person who is doing will understand. So these are the 4 key pillars which will help us and get into a real actual autonomous network as it should be, to let that thing happen the way it is. So now here I would be telling that whatever I just told, we captured this as part of one of our innovative concept and a framework which we bring along as with the brand name of Net Anticipate. So where we try and adapt to all different environments, because as I earlier introduced myself, I am coming from Altran. Altran is an engineering R&D services company, so we are vendor agnostic. We work with all the telcos, we work coming along with all the entities. So there we have created a framework, a platform which can fuel this transition to a more autonomous network to bring this to reality. And we have worked with many of the opcos. Actually, in this year, if you would have anybody would have visited MWC, there were 2 like CSPs who were demonstrating this, which was like enabled by Altran Net Anticipate framework. And we ourselves in our booth, there were 3 booths in MWC, 2 from the world's most known CSPs in the world, and who were showcasing this, and one was in our booth, and we were showcasing how these autonomous networks will come to life. And there we were using this Net Anticipate framework to bring to this thing into reality. So coming to this thing, the slide which I am showing is like in 2018, we were being awarded as the most innovative application of artificial intelligence to networks. And similarly in AI Summit in 2018 in London, while I was visiting there, we were even nominated as the top 6. So this is something which world is now looking after. So there is where is the need as well. So now to wrap up, what I would come to is like the final slide, which shows that what is something which TM4M has already seen as the kind of benefits which operator has already seen, and they are expecting it to, in terms of what this autonomous network will bring things in terms of money in their pocket. And also interestingly, if you see this figure, this also says how it is getting it better for the customers itself. So while they are saving a lot for many parts of this, they are even returning it back to the customers itself. So in total, if we go and implement such concept, it's not only CSP who is in benefit, it's the end customer also who is getting those 3Ps and like better than what they are getting it today, because then those customers are getting better returns of their investment and they are happy to like share that with their customers. And these are few of the use cases which we have done with our CSP customers, where they have even seen benefits in real life. They are around those wireless networks, those wireline networks, the knock and talk operations, and even around the subscriber churn, and something around data centers. So there are many use cases. If you see it, where we have already seen benefits with working with our customers, and we are still in the process of working with many other customers now to get to these numbers for them as well. So to conclude now, before I open up for any Q&A, so what Mahatma Gandhi has said, he said the future depends on what we do in present. So if we as a CSP have started, we should do more on that, the way we have seen now the industry is heading towards. If we have some CSP which have already not yet started, it's good time to start now, better late than never. And we as an Altran are always present to assist in this journey, and many of the customers we have even started when they even have not conceptualized what they would have to do. So with this, I would like to end this and thank everyone for their patience. So anybody has any questions can ask. Okay.
Thank you very much, Pat.